You ever feel like you want to do something, but you just can't bring yourself to start? You have all these ideas, all the things that you have been thinking about for a while. You want to express yourself openly. But when it actually comes to doing it, something just stops you. And a big part of that is this one thought. What would people think if I just start being myself? In this video, we're going to talk about how to stop caring so much about what everyone else thinks so that you can finally start being yourself. Quite recently, about a month ago, I actually went through my Instagram and blocked every single person I knew in real life. To give you some context, I've been wanting to be a YouTuber for almost 10 years now, but I've never been consistent with making videos like these where you can see me in my human form explaining my alien ideas. Every time I try to get going, I end up uploading maybe one or two videos before I just stop making them again. Even though I'm not consistent with my uploads, the reason behind me not making videos has always been consistent. The truth is that I'm just scared that people will judge me, and I worry that you won't like what I have to say, or how I look, or how I sound. So I tell myself that I'm not ready yet, that I need to work on myself more before I actually show up here on YouTube. But because of this hesitation, I end up not doing anything at all. Maybe you're going through something similar. You want to show a side of yourself that your friends just don't know about yet. Maybe you want to post your art, maybe upload a picture of you, but you're too concerned that what about someone else, like a distant relative that follows you, might think of you if you post it. So you end up not posting it. And who knows, maybe you're right. People do judge. It's a scary thought, but I bet we have all been there where we let our fear of negative comments stop us from being ourselves. So we need to figure out how to move past this feeling of being stuck. Way back in 2015, when I was learning Photoshop, I posted an edit of me having flaming hands on Facebook. And I got comments from some of my old schoolmates like, ha ha ha, you have such a cultivated face, lol. And even though those words don't hurt me now, they definitely did stung back then. The thing is that such kind of incidents leave its mark on you. What happens is that one bad experience eventually turns into a permanent voice in your head. Now, every time you want to try something original, that voice starts whispering that someone is going to judge you. You feel the fear of consequences and choose not to do anything. So about a month ago, I finally thought I found the answer to this problem. Since I felt like people would judge the current messy version of me, I thought I would just go on Instagram and remove everyone so that I could practice there in private. My plan was to get good over there first so that I can come back here on YouTube and start producing better videos for you. So I went on my Instagram profile and manually removed every single follower I had. And then I also blocked every person I knew from my past, just not to keep any loose ends. It felt like the right move at the time because I just wanted to disappear and work on myself without anyone watching. That was a perfect execution. But in that entire month, I still haven't uploaded a single thing. Now, I don't have anyone I know left to judge me, yet I still find myself completely unable to hit that upload button. That's when I started to feel like there's something seriously off with my logic. Maybe the people watching weren't actually the problem. I really thought that getting rid of all those people would just fix everything, but it did not. I could still feel the heavy resistance inside me. And that's when I finally understood that the real problem was never just about other people. See, even if you're alone, the fear is still sitting there right with you, which means the thing stopping you isn't actually outside of your own head. If the issue was just everyone else, then cutting them out would have solved everything. But since the feeling stayed, I knew I had to look deeper within. So I started thinking from a completely different perspective and realized something incredible. It was one of those moments that felt so huge that I felt like making this video. What I realized was that the real problem is actually the voice living in your own head. It is a constant internal dialogue telling you negative things, which means the criticism and the fear are actually coming from you rather than anyone else. Yes, those voices are usually based on things that happened in your past or tough events you went through. For me, these are all the things that people have literally said to me before. So I'm not making this stuff up. But even then, those people aren't standing around saying those mean things every single day. What really matters is that negative voice loop that keeps running 24/7 inside your own mind. I'm the one who keeps repeating these insults to myself. I'm the one that keeps telling myself that I'm not enough or that I'm never going to make it. And that's exactly the reason why removing those Instagram followers didn't do anything to help. Because while the actual people were gone, the voices they left behind were still very much online and taking me in my own head. So then the question becomes, what do you actually do about it? I'm asking because I had already tried a lot of different things to get rid of these voices in my head. And there was one specific thing that actually worked for a while. And I guarantee you that this will work for you as well if you are struggling with self-worth issues. Back in 2021, I was going through a really rough time. I felt unworthy. I felt like I didn't really matter. So what I did was I decided to go outside. I started feeding the local cats and dogs, birds, water some plants, basically doing small things to help Mother Nature. And weirdly enough, it made me feel a lot better. I was serving nature, and I figured if nature thrives, then humanity thrives. So maybe I wasn't as useless as I thought. I wasn't unworthy anymore because I finally had a concrete proof that I did some good. And this stuff actually works, you know? When you take action and see good impact of your actions, you naturally start feeling better about yourself and become more confident. But here's the thing. All this still didn't solve the problem of feeling judged by other people. I couldn't fight and win against that judgmental inner voice because I still didn't have any real proof of victory yet. When it came to putting myself out here on YouTube, the same old thoughts came crawling back. I kept wondering what would people think, and no matter how much I tried to improve myself, I just kept running into the same wall. I was getting even worse than better. Alright, so instead of trying to fight that voice in my head or trying to fix every little thing about myself, I just stopped. I stopped trying to control every thought, stopped trying to become some better version of myself. And instead, I just accepted the situation and myself completely. Now, when I say accept yourself unconditionally, I don't mean stay the same. I mean understand who you actually are. I'll illustrate this with a diagram. This small circle is you in your purest form, energy. And then around that, these are the thoughts and opinions you have about yourself. And outside that, the things you say and do in the world. And finally, this outermost layer is the external world, like the people and situations. So to get rid of the voices in your head, you have to focus on yourself being the energy. You see that you're separate from your thoughts. Those negative voices are just things that are happening around you. They're not you. Doing this helps you see things from a third person's point of view, and it becomes easier for you to accept yourself. Now, when it comes to my work, I've completely stopped fighting my own thoughts because it just takes too much of energy. When the thought pops up, let's say something like my English isn't good or that I'm struggling to speak, I stutter a lot, I don't try to fight it by telling myself that I'm actually good at speaking, because I can clearly see the proof that there are some things that I struggle with every day. So instead, when I hear that voice, I just say, well, yeah, okay, this is how I am right now. Cool. This is me, and I accept myself. I still believe that I'm worthy even if I haven't reached my goals yet. I'm putting in the work and I'll get better. Even if I don't, it's totally fine. At the end of the day, my progress doesn't change my opinion about who I am as a person. And there's so much power in that. This is one thing that changed everything for me. This is the whole reason you see me making this video and talking to you while being my actual self. Because without this shift in my mindset, none of this would have been possible at all. So if you're stuck trying to do something you really want to do, you need to pay close attention to what you think about yourself. I'm right in front of you as a prime example of procrastination. I did it for 10 years, but at least now I understand something profound. It turns out the real problem was never just about other people or what they were doing. It was actually about the way I was looking at myself the whole time. So if you're trying to do something you love, something genuine, something original, you need to stop focusing so much on what people might think about you and start listening to what you think about yourself. because that's the only voice that stays with you at the end of the day. How would you feel after expressing yourself honestly? That's what matters. If this video helped you see things a little bit differently, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're someone who is still trying to figure things out just like I am, I say, let's do this together. Comment your story, I'll read it. And if you want to dive deep into expressing yourself as an artist or as a creator, but are haunted by perfectionism and you don't want to look cringe, you can watch this video. Or if you want to go in depth of how to trust people, then you can check this video right here. We'll meet again in the next one. See ya.